going on, guys? Welcome back to LS Garage. I figured I would do an update real quick on the car and kind of share with you some of the stuff I've been working on lately with it. It's pretty much where I want it to be, short of a few minor things. I'm not sure exactly what I've gone through before, so I'll go through the most recent changes that we've made. So the wheels, the side markers, the emblems, that was done before. The tint is done. It's been driven, so it's a little bit dirty on the windshield there, but just took it to a Cars and Coffee here in Norman last weekend. So got driven a little bit. The windshield is tinted. The sides are tinted. The back's tinted. I went with a, let's see, this is a 20% tint on the back and the sides, and then the windshield is a 35%. I was in between doing 35 or 50. I'm pretty happy with it. You can't really see in the car. You can see the top of the wheel, you can see the top of the dash a little bit there, but it keeps out the sun pretty well, but at the same time I can still see at night, so it's a good compromise. I do plan on running a different headlight setup eventually. Still got the stalkers in it, so I actually lost a little bit of visibility at night just because these are so weak. So once the new ones go in with a good bulb and HID kit, all that good stuff, I'm going to go with the Night Drive TV Sleepy Eye kit. It's on order. I think I was probably 2 or 3 weeks in on the buy on that, so it should be a little bit before I get those in, but hopefully those will happen sooner than later and I'll get an install video of those. But hopefully when those go in, it'll be better at night. I've noticed if I turn the heads-up display off, I get a little more visibility. I guess the heads-up display tends to want to kind of draw your eyes, and it kind of draws the contrast, at least for me, away from the road. So that's something I've got to kind of get right. Hopefully that'll help. As far as everything else, initially I had put some different pads on this car. I went with Carbotech, the road race pads. I can't remember off the top of my head what they are, the designation. I was thinking MX6, but I don't think that's right. That's the Mazda. I don't remember. But anyway, they were fine. They worked really well. They had initial bite like crazy. But they dusted a lot, and I plan on driving the car on the street a whole lot more than I plan on racing it. So I decided to change pads just back to a Hawk HPS pad. If I do any track days, I might switch those pads back. I've still got them over here on the shelf. They may go back on the car for track days, things like that. But these do pretty well. The initial bite isn't as strong, so I kind of like that a little bit better, a little more gradual pedal feel. But overall, they stop pretty much the same. I mean, pretty similar when you're all over it. And not near as much dust, so that's a good thing. So, trying to think of anything else that's new on the car. I've had my tuner come and do a few things with it. So the computer in these cars is like a 9657 or some random 4-digit number, I don't remember, but it's the one right before the 411 ECU that the 2001 and newer cars got. So this is a 2000, it's kind of an oddball because it has that weird designation computer. It's basically a 411 but slower. My tuner said he was having a hard time getting it to update, so whenever he'd run an update or run any kind of syncing, it would just take forever to load. So that was kind of a headache, and then also just slow response to the changes that were being made with the car when we were tuning it. So we decided to go with a P59 computer. He found one. We run a, I think he's running a 2004 Z06 base tune on it, base file, and then it's tinkered for this car. So it works really well so far. Had a few little issues with it, but I think it's just minor tuning stuff because we did everything quick. He just brought everything over from the old computer, updated a few tables, and then he left. It was kind of a quick thing because it was driving fine, but we realized it has some cold issues. What I'm going to end up having to do is drive the car around when it's cold to get him in the car with me, and that way we can kind of fine-tune what's going on with the computer when the air's colder outside. If I drive it around and it's cooler in the evening or even in the morning before it gets to the heat of the day, it kind of wants to die. Like it'll drive around for a while just fine initially, and then it'll go to closed loop and it'll start having issues until it's up to operating temp, and then it'll be fine. If I stop the car and then I start driving it again, same kind of issues. What it'll do is I'll clutch it or neutral, clutch and neutral, and it'll just, the RPMs will just fall. It'll fall to 500, it'll sputter and it'll die unless I try and keep it alive. And I've caught it a few times, but sometimes it just dies. So that's kind of a big thing that's bothering me right now that we're hopefully going to remedy in the next couple of days. So other than that, it was a quick swap. I can run flex fuel. I plan on hopefully doing that sooner than later. These injectors are stock LS3 injectors. I'm thinking this car makes around 420, 430, 440 maybe wheel horsepower. So E85 may not work to the full extent, but I'm hoping maybe I can blend it to like an E30 or an E40, maybe gain a little bit of power, hopefully take some of the gas smell out of it, and hopefully that'll help out. So that's kind of the latest as far as that goes. I've been trying to figure out is what other appearance mods I want to do with this car. It's pretty much done. It's basic, it's clean, it looks good. I always have a tendency with these cars to look to the fender just because I'm used to a Z06 badge being there with the roof line like it is. I'm not so sure I want to just tack on ducting. I don't really want to cut the car, so I'm not going to actually mount ducts. I don't really think they're going to do me a whole lot of good. I mean, they look good, but they're really more of a, more of a styling thing. I mean, yes, they, do function, but most of the braking's done up front, and there's ducts for that up front already that came in this car. It's the Z51 package, so they've got the brake ducts in the bumper right up under here, just like the Z06s have. So that's actually a brake duct, and it's functional. So, I don't really think I want to cut the car up. I may put on ducts just for the look, just because it fits the trunk. And I've changed the plate. It says C5 FRC on the back, so it's obviously not a Z06. It's a super clean car, but I wanted to put something up here on the fender. So I've got this idea, and I'm going to stick them on, and I want you guys to tell me if you think it looks stupid or not. I'm thinking I'm going to like it. It's not Z06, it's not even Z51, it's not FRC. It's just something I thought that would kind of fill that void, and it's basically the same size as a Z06 badge. So I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to come right back and see what you guys think about this. So what do you think? I had these badges slash decals, whatever you want to call it, made. I kind of dig it. I'd seen full-size flags on fenders like 4 inches wide or 3 inches wide in a square, a little bit higher. I think I saw it on a wide FRC, and it looked cool. I actually tried one. I tried a 3-inch wide one. I don't know, I just like the shape of the Z06. It's like, at a glance, it looks like it would be kind of like that emblem as far as the overall size and the shape. If you're not really looking for it, and look, if you just kind of say you're driving by it, and you just move close and see it fairly close, move around the car. You can't really tell what it is until you get up on it. I think I like it. It's subtle. I found the spacing, exact location online for the Z06 emblem on these cars, and I placed it right there. And it's the same size too. It's 3/4 of an inch tall, 5 inches wide. So it fits about the same. I'm happy with it. I think it looks pretty good. It's not a Zeo. I'm not trying to make it out to be one. Like I said, the side ducting, it's more style, really, honestly, for it than anything. I mean, I know that they did it for brake cooling, but you don't get a lot of brake cooling from that. So I may put the fakies on. I don't know. I love the look of that. I mean, it's just the Z06 look, and it's cool either way. It doesn't really need a badge, or it doesn't really need a side brake duct there. But I don't know, something about it. It's like it just kind of makes the look. But I'm digging this car a lot. It's a whole lot of fun, and it's pretty fast. Took my first loss in it the other day. I raced a 2000, I don't know, probably 14 or 15 Camaro. And it didn't really sound like a whole lot. We hit it from a roll, and he walked me by about 2 cars, and I asked him what it was, and it was a built LS7. So 2 cars till about, I don't know when we shut it down, 80, 90. I mean, not too bad really. It didn't just leave me from the hit, so that was good. And you know, this is a lighter car. I think with a little more gear it would have been a better race, but it's got 342s in it still, and it picks up pretty good, runs pretty hard. So anyway, more to come, but I'm happy with it for now. I haven't gotten dyno numbers yet. We're still waiting on that. I'm trying to get a dyno day to get a better deal on that. But yeah, the more I look at this, the more I like it. I'm thinking about the ducts, the rear brake ducts, and there's something about it. Since that looks like a Z06 emblem now, it's like it needs it. I don't know, I don't want to be a poser though either. So anyway, it's definitely faster than a stock Z06. So I guess there's, you know, something to be said about that. And it probably out-handles a stock Z06. It's got better suspension under it now. So, you know, whatever. Or just for looks. But I may end up slapping some on. I think a lot of guys with these cars that are built just throw them on there. I doubt they all cut up their FRCs. I've seen several that are nice built cars that have the rear ducts, and I doubt those guys go to the trouble to hack the car up, but maybe, who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching, and click that like button if you like this video, and please subscribe. Thanks, have a good one.